pumpkin on the loose.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 comedy horror Carved. The film is co-written and directed by Justin Harding and it stars Peyton Elizabeth Lee, Corey Fogelmanis, Carla Jimenez, Jonah Lees, and Wyatt Linder. Right, okay, this film follows a small American town celebrating Halloween as many small American towns do by having an event, and part of that event is pumpkin carving. However, there appears to be a mutated pumpkin that doesn't take too kindly to its family getting carved up by the manic locals. So it decides to fight back and basically targets everybody that carved or wanted to carve a pumpkin and sets out to take out its revenge. Right. What are my thoughts on Carved? Yes, the whole concept sounds ridiculous. Of course it does. And that's kind of why I wanted to check this out. I like ridiculous concepts sometimes of horror films. And I think it's really adds to their charm if they're completely and utterly self-aware of how stupid the concept is. There was a film I watched a few years ago called, I think it was The Mutation, about this giant rat that was utterly ridiculous, but I loved it. A couple of years ago, there was The Killing Tree, that Christmas horror film, that was, again, utterly ridiculous, but I loved it. It was hilarious. And we're along the same tracks here with this one. You can't honestly expect to go in to watch this film expecting a serious horror film. So straight off the bat, guys, if you go into this film with the right attitude, you're probably going to have a fun time with it. The reason why I've put this up on the 31st on Halloween is for that very reason, guys. For you guys to get in the spirit of Halloween, watch this if you've got the opportunity. Have a laugh and a giggle, not take it too seriously, and go and enjoy the day. Because that's exactly what this film is. It's not to be taken seriously. You can't take it seriously. It's utterly bonkers and bizarre in every single way, but undeniably quite charming and amusing at the same time. Now, it doesn't completely fall into parody here or silliness. You know, there is an attempt here to ground some of the characters in the film. You've got three main characters. You've got Kira, Cody, and Trevor. And they kind of are a big part of the local amateur dramatic society. And there's something of this pointless plot line where Cody has been offered a part in New York on stage, which has caused a bit of jealousy between them. But nobody really gives a toss, really, when you're watching this. It doesn't care. But it's the film's attempt to flesh out the characters, if you like, which you've got to kind of appreciate a little bit. And they're like the three main characters here. And they all pretty much remain fairly grounded and kind of take the film seriously. And then you've got a lot of other characters here who are parodies or caricatures of real people. You've got this news reporter played by Elvis Nolasco, is it? Nolasco, sorry, who is in another film that I am going to put up on the channel this very day as well. And he plays like this local reporter who's really terrible at his job, really. And he always asks the wrong questions. He's not in it a great deal, but he's kind of a caricature of a bad reporter. You've got other people in the town who are caricatures of people that kind of live in the South, I suppose. You've got people that are really dumb here. You've got this one kid that drives this pumpkin van who's always stoned. So you've got a number of characters here that kind of lighten the mood dramatically, and you don't really give a monkeys when this pumpkin does it what it does. And it's a joy to behold to watch this pumpkin in action. It waddles about on its pumpkin legs, and the way it kills, it's like got really long like tentacles that come out of the pumpkin, and kind of impales you. It's ridiculous, but surprisingly, the effects for the pumpkin are quite well done, and surprisingly as well, the kills are reasonably gory here. Now they're not over the top, or it's not Terrifier type gory, but there's a few heads removed in this film. There's a few limbs lost in this film, and it shows it for the most part. It's not one of those that kind of moves away when people are getting killed. Certainly not all the time. It shows it when it kind of knows that you need or want to see that kill. So much of this film, I must admit, it got to about 45 minutes in or 50 minutes in this film when I'm thinking, what the hell are they going to do for the last 40 minutes or so? Because I just didn't really see what else they could do. They kind of, you get the opening, you get this manic pumpkin, taking its revenge on the locals. And you've got a group of them then trying to kind of stay alive and survive and come up with a plan of how they can escape this mad pumpkin. And that's what kind of takes up the next 45 minutes after the first half of the film. You're thinking, how are they going to fill that time? But they managed to, you could argue it outstays its welcome a little bit. You could also argue that this probably would have been better in like a anthology type film, like a 20-minute story sort of thing. But I'm not going to lie, I had a little bit of fun with this one. I can't massively recommend it because it's not objectively a good film, but it's fun and entertaining, and like I say, it's got its tongue firmly stuck in its cheek. It's having fun. It's winking at you, letting you know you can have fun with it. So I don't necessarily have a major problem with films like that. They're made just to fairly let you have a good time. So yeah, check this one out, guys. If you're looking for a fun Halloween film to watch, just don't take it too seriously, and you might have some fun with this one. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoy Halloween, and I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.